Hey, welcome to Koco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Koco from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net, KocoSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our Lucha Underground weekly television reviews. Down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. Now, if this is the first time you're viewing this, I want to pre-warn you, I am a very negative person. I really am. But I cannot say anything. Like, I went through my notes. I was like, all right, what's the good, bad, and ugly? I love this television show. I love it from top to bottom. It's only 4 weeks old, and to me, I looked at my list, and there was like one small negative thing that hit on this. And I'm not that positive Petey. I'm not the guy that comes on here and gives good reviews to everything. Go watch our Survivor Series preview. Go watch Raw. I am a negative motherfucker, but I'm going to be so positive about Lucha Underground. I was so positive that people think they pay me. Lucha Underground does not pay me for my 200 to 2,000 views. They don't. So let's get that out of the way. But I love Lucha Underground, and this is what I mean. I used to promote professional wrestling. And then FCW/NXT came by, bought the territories, just came by, and I was done. I'm like, dude, I'm never going to do wrestling again. I can't compete with WWE. Health sucks. And I was like, and people always ask me, because I back in the day, I was a pretty decent promoter. And people all the time, what would it take to get back into wrestling? And I'd be like, well, I would want to do something different. I would want my own building. I would want this. I want that. And everything that I would want to do, that's what Lucha Underground is. To me, I think Lucha Underground is, and now granted, I know different people like different things. Some people like John Cena. Some people like The Rock. Some people like Ring of Honor. Some people like New Japan. There's different styles that people like. But if I had 100% control over everything, the whole bitter fantasy booking, running a company, my company would literally be Lucha Underground. I think it's absolutely perfect, and I absolutely love this show. And I want you, if you're the first time viewing this, I want you to go look at my 2,000 fucking something reviews, 2,000 videos, and just see how much of a negative fucking cockhammer I am. I am probably the most negative person on YouTube. So for me to give it such good fucking reviews, to me, this is my favorite style of pro wrestling. This is a new product. It's different. And to me, it's just amazing. Now, let me just tell you the one negative. I looked at my notes. I'm like, usually when I do a review show, it's like, if it's Ring of Honor, it's like half and half. If it's TNA, it has a little bit more negative, a little bit more positive, depending on the week. Raw, fucking usually horrible reviews. NXT, I usually like. New Japan, Dragon Gate, I love. But 4 weeks in a row, your first 4 weeks, I've given it huge wins. I hope that people go out there and support this, find this show. There's a link in the doobly-doo. Lucha Underground is doing their best to get out legal content too. And if you have access to this channel, please support Lucha Underground. This is the first time since ECW where I was like, I'm going to go to their website and I'm going to buy gear just so that I can support this product. That's how high I'm on it. Let's just talk about the one negative thing. The only negative thing I could even think about complaining about is because I'm still negative Nelly at heart, is the order of the matches. I thought Sexy Star should have been bumped back one because the two matches after the Sexy Star match were kind of almost the same exact match. And when you're booking, you don't want the same exact match or style of match. Not the same exact match. It's not like fucking Randy Orton and John Cena. But it was two great luchadors kicking some ass. So to break that up, spread out the two luchador matches that are absolutely amazing, and then put in that women's match, and then you have the WWE-style storyline match for the main event. So that's my only negative. My only negative at the end of the day is like, oh, you had two of the same exact style matches back to back. I absolutely love this product. I love the fact that they named the stadium, the fans. I love the fact that it goes into movies and like it has a television presentation as far as backstage and pro wrestling up front. I know that not everyone has the same taste of pro wrestling, but this is the first time that I was this excited 4 weeks in a row putting over a product that's not named New Japan or Dragon Gate. So if you can, please have access to it. Like I said, I like fast-paced lucha-style matches, X Division, Cruiserweight. Around the world they have different styles, and they call it different stuff. But just athletic speed, and to me, it was just absolutely awesome. I feel guilty reviewing this. I almost thought about not reviewing it, because usually I'm negative. Don't believe me? Go watch one of my WWE Raw reviews. Go watch the Survivor Series preview show. I'm like borderline killing myself because that's how fucking negative I am. But dude, Lucha Underground is the light. I absolutely love it. Please try to go out there and find it. And it might not be for everybody, but it is for me. It is my cat's meow. I absolutely love it. All right, let's break this down. The show starts off with I failed Spanish 1. Even though I've been to over 30 countries and 90% of my friends are great at speaking Spanish, I suck at learning a second language. I barely know English. So if I slaughter these names, I apologize to all the human beings, but especially to the Spanish-speaking community. The show starts off with a recap of what happened with Johnny Mundo. That's John Morrison and Dario Cueto, and he'll fight Big Rick, which was the last. I don't know. Big Rick seems like he's out of place, but they hid his weaknesses pretty well in this. Then it goes to Sexy Star versus Ivelisse, and the promo. I love the fact that they had subtitles, that it was in Spanish. I just absolutely love that, and I'm gonna knock what I love. I love New Japan. I love Dragon Gate. What the fuck? Lucha Underground's been out 4 weeks. They got goddamn subtitles. I'm looking at you, New Japan. I'm looking at you, Dragon Gate. Fucking turd sandwiches. Fucking Lucha Underground make me turn on my favorites. But they did before the match. You cut a promo how she'll end Chavo and the Guerrero dynasty for what she did to her and Blue Demon. And I thought it was pretty good. And then Sexy Star is being built up as this woman hero. She's like the kick-ass of it. Out of all the women's pro wrestling that I watch, my daughter, she's a teenager, and she's really good at judo, and I don't let her watch pro wrestling because look at the fucking Bellas. Really? Would you let your daughter watch that? Look at fucking AJ Lee. Look at him. Just look at him. Now imagine you have a teenage daughter. Sexy Star is the first one. I was like, oh no, I couldn't let my daughter watch this. It's not fucking embarrassing. And Ivelisse comes out, and she cuts a great promo. Like, oh, you want to fight the guys? Well, you're not even the toughest of the women. And it's just an awesome women's match. Sexy Star wins cradle pin, but Ivelisse, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, she looked strong, and it was an amazing match. And like I said, I would have just bumped this back one, but that is like the ultimate nitpicking. You go backstage with Drago. He wants to see what Drago's made of. That's the owner. Pentagon Jr. is in the ring and says no one in Mexico respects him. Hill says he makes everyone respect him. This is such a fucking simple storyline. Why the fuck don't more people do this storyline? It's simple. You know what's fucking the character's driven by? Dude, they have such simple storylines. And then you have Vampiro, who's really, really growing into his own. The first episode, it was a bit rough, but he's really growing on his own. And then you got Matt Stryker, who I think is the best in the business today. And it's just, they're putting it over so well. And it's such an easy, fucking simple, goddamn promo. And you care. You're automatically assumed. You know what it's like to be disrespected. You know what it's like to want respect. Dude, it's just so fucking simple. There was no fucking, there's no, my sister's a slave. There's no, oh, well, fucking, I'm double-crossing. No, it's just fucking simple. Yeah, the guy was disrespected. He wants respect. Fucking anyone that's ever been young in business or anyone that's ever traveled overseas understands that feeling in 5 fucking seconds. 5 fucking seconds. You just like, okay, I understand. I've lived in other countries instead of my home. I've been disrespected for being young. You automatically connect to Pentagon Jr. And now, granted, they've booed him and healed, but you just fucking know what the dude's about in like a fucking couple sentences. The fuck? Do we know what Brock Lesnar's about? Do we know what fucking... Do we even know what John Cena's about? John Cena's literally on television all the time. What the fuck's he about? I'm a good guy, get it? Well, fuck you. Fuck you. Fucking better... Pentagon Jr.'s promo was better than anything that's been on WWE since fucking CM Punk fucking decided to walk away. Please. Fucking get it. And not only that, but it's short, it's sweet, it's a good promo. And, you know, you got Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's good at cutting promos, but he's cut the same goddamn promo 800 fucking times in a row, and it's not short and sweet to the point. Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix was absolutely awesome. Fast-paced lucha match. Back and forth, and Phoenix wins via Spanish Fly, and it was just absolutely awesome. I could tell you all the moves that happen, but just fucking watch it. Just watch it. Vignette hyping up. I'm going to totally mess up this fucking shit, so I just want to apologize right off the bat. King Kurunos? I hope that's right. Probably not. Why do I suck at second languages? Why can't I talk? I'm punch-drunk fucking Marine. This is bullshit. Come on, Dave. Get it together. He takes on Drago. Another awesome fucking match. The only thing is, it was the same exact matches back-to-back. Not exactly the same, but enough to be like, you should have put the women's match there. That's the only thing. Drago wins this, and it was just 2 awesome matches back to back. I was really worried about Big Rick. Oh, I'm sorry, but before that, they show a thing with Prince Puma. Prince Puma's like basically the main character. There's so many good storylines in this, and he's shown working out. And Conan tells him to stay out of Johnny Mundo's business, and Puma doesn't say a word. He just keeps working out. And I like the fact that Puma doesn't talk. Everyone talks for him. It adds to the mystery. It adds to the show. And then the best part about it is, you know, the match happens. It was probably the worst match of the night, but still, you hid Big Rick's weaknesses pretty damn well. And they do a good job of putting Johnny Mundo over. It looks like Johnny Mundo is about to win, and then we go backstage. And this is what I like. Prince Puma isn't about to come out. Prince Puma isn't about to make the save. We're not sure where Prince Puma lies. We're like, is he going to help Johnny Mundo? Or is he just fucking going home and he's going to listen to Conan? We never get to know that, so we don't know what he's thinking. It builds up the mystery because Big Rick's I don't know, I'm trying to think of better words than homeboys, but we'll go with homeboys because I'm sure that word offends somebody. But 2 of his buddies, we'll say 2 of his buddies, just beat up Prince Puma before he could even make a decision. And then they go out and beat up Johnny Mundo, and Johnny Mundo wins via DQ. So, to me, it was just an entertaining show. All the storylines are simple. All the storylines make sense. I'm giving it a huge win. And this is the first time I think a show on our channel has got to win 4 weeks in a row. And it's the first 4 weeks. I just hope the popularity grows. I know the ratings almost doubled from the first show, so that's a good thing. And I know the people that do have access to it, I don't hear too many people bad-mouthing it. I mean, I think the worst thing I hear is, oh, we don't care about Chavo. I think that's about the worst I've heard of people that review it. And I care about Chavo. Come on, Chavo! So, there you go. All right, we do got some live comments and really appreciate it. Best show in wrestling today. How would you introduce a title into the show? Yeah, that's a great question, Lennox Wooderson. I really appreciate all your comments, dude. You really helped the community grow and really stump us. I don't know. I would wait until they renewed something. Oh, I'm gonna beat you up soon. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get to live comments in a second. YouTube's like, you know what? you don't get to see your live comments. All right, I don't want to see my live comments, YouTube. That's what I want to happen there. All right, best show in wrestling today. I believe in America. I mean, you got CBL down in Mexico. You also have I'm trying to think New Japan, Dragon Gate. Some people, if you like the stiff style, will say Pro Wrestling Noah, but a lot of indie fans will say Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. So, yeah, I think it's the best television show in America today. I think without a doubt. How would I introduce the title of the show? I would just wait until you renew it. I think it's like season 1 or something, and that scares the shit out of me. That means, oh, well, we might never renew it. As soon as there's a renewing and you got all your shows out of the can, your second season or your second group of television that you record would be just a story up to the title. Maybe a tournament, maybe that. But I would not introduce a title until you know you have more television show dates to come. Because if they don't renew their television deal, then you have a champion. That's one guy you have to worry about. You gotta be like, well, no matter what, we need Puma on it, and it's just a headache. Until I know there's a season 2, there's more television tapings, then I wouldn't even bother. I'd wait until, because I'm pretty sure this is just my guess. There's no facts to this. I'm pretty sure this is a test run for the network. They're probably like, all right, we'll just test it out and see what happens. So as soon as that test run is over and like, hey, we're behind you, we're going to give you 1-2-year deal, go start recording more shows, start getting more shows in the can, because I don't think a show like this can go live, and I'm okay with that just because of the detail they put into the backstage segments. But I would not bring in a title at all, and I don't know because I didn't read spoilers. Maybe they do. I wouldn't until I know I have at least a 2-year television deal lined up, and then I would build my tapings around that. I would just be like, all right, well, we're going to bring the title in and build up to that and maybe have a tournament and stuff. So I would wait until guaranteed, I guess, season 2 couldn't think of a better terminology, and more of, hey, we're on this network. This is a thing we're going to do. And if that's the case, then season 2 or the second of recordings, that's when I'd start building up to a title, and maybe that season finale, if they're still going to keep doing seasons, or maybe like in a year or two, not a year or two, but maybe like a couple months after building and have a tournament. Lennox Wooderson says, if the WWE's talent was in Lucha Underground setting, it would be amazing. What outside wrestlers would you like to see on Lucha Underground? For me, Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, Natalya, and there's more, but YouTube is not showing me your list of more. Here it is. All right. What's wrong with your comments, YouTube? YouTube, I love you, but come on, baby. Come on, work. All right. Let's see. Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, Natalya, Charlotte, Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, and the Briscoes. I wouldn't bring Bray Wyatt. I wouldn't. Maybe the Briscoes is a possibility. I think Charlotte would do great. She has the history. Natalya has Tyson Kidd, Sami Zayn would do great. Ziggler, I think Ziggler could do great anywhere. I honestly believe that. If it wasn't for Tanahashi and Okada, I put Ziggler in my top 5 wrestlers right now, going right now. Bray Wyatt, I just don't think would blend in. I don't think he can hang in the ring, and his promos are too long. And then you have those expensive introductions. I think Bray Wyatt would be a bust. And the Briscoes, I don't know, because they're such a big part of Ring of Honor. It would seem like, what role would you have them? Would you just have them come out? Maybe if there's a tag team division in the future, I would hold off on the Briscoes and say no to Bray Wyatt. I would love to see more AAA guys come up. I would love. Be honest with you. Well, first off, they've already signed. What's his face? The guy who beat up the internet guy. Damn it. Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. Del Rio. They already signed Del Rio. I would love to see Mystico, the original Mystico, the Sin Cara that flopped on the big stage. I would love him to show his skills, because I believe he's the Michael Jordan of Lucha. I really do believe that, and it just went so bad in WWE. I'd love to see, on a smaller American scale, him just steal the show. That's the guy I'd really like to see. All right, boom. Let's keep scrolling down. Do you think Rey Mysterio will wrestle for Lucha Underground when he gets his release? I think that's the plan, AAA and Lucha Underground. I think that's what he wants, but I don't know if he'll ever get his release. This hashtag free Rey. I read somewhere that he was free, and then it's like, nope, he's not free. Should Lucha Underground have pay-per-views? Not until they build up a way bigger audience. The people that love the product really love it, but it's only been 4 weeks into it. I don't think there's enough interest in it. I don't. I would wait until we build up before having pay-per-views. That's just me. So, I mean, if you want to have a AAA versus Lucha Underground and go that route, maybe. But just Lucha Underground, it's 4 great shows that the internet loves, but not many people know about. So I don't think I'd be ready for pay-per-views just yet. Ewok says, why not 2 or 3 times a year? They could easily do pay-per-views. Oh, I guess, but I just think it's been 4 great shows. They doubled their audience, but there isn't that much of an audience. So, I mean, maybe if you bring, like I said earlier, if you bring the AAA name, I don't know, because I love it. I'd probably pay for it, but I know I'm in the minority, and we're putting it over, but we're a small YouTube channel. There's a couple YouTube channels that put it over, and there's a couple people online that love it, but I don't know if that's enough to have a pay-per-view. Pay-per-views cost money. Maybe an iPay-per-view, work with WWN or Go Fight Live, or do your own iPay-per-view, possibility, but I think we still have a little more time before that happens. I also thought Chavo was living off the Guerrero legacy and that he never reached his potential. I was never a fan. With that being said, I'm enjoying everything he does in Lucha Underground. I'm enjoying what he does in Lucha Underground. I've been a fan of Chavo. The only time I didn't like Chavo Guerrero, and I fucking did a podcast, I might have been radio back then. But remember when Chavo Guerrero was feuding with Hornswoggle, and we were just fucking like ripping into him, and he's like, well, at least I'm getting paid. I was just like, what a fucking shitty fucking, fuck you, Guerrero. Fuck you. That's the only time I really hated him, is when he turned, because the fans were supporting him. The fans were like, Chavo, you're way better than this. And he's like, no, I'm not. I got to get paid. And I'm like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Besides that, I've always loved Chavo Guerrero. I thought he could have had a great spot. You know, I think he was one of those guys that he had his job because of his last name, but never really got a shot to show what he can do. And not only that, but I'm sure there's a part of it where like, oh, well, you're not Eddie, you're not Rey. Because I mean, when Rey Mysterio won the title for Eddie Guerrero, you had to feel bad for Chavo. You're like, that's kind of shitty. Ewok from Endor says, not sure if he can. He gets injured very easily. I think young guys like Puma will blow him out of the water anyway. Yeah, but it's name recognition, and it'll draw. I mean, because you got to think about it. Conan can't wrestle, and they still have a spot for him. Who else? Vampiro. And when I mean can't wrestle at the level that Lucha Underground's going. So I think Rey Mysterio brings eyeballs to it, and I think they could do good. I mean, they got fucking Ezekiel Jackson, for Christ's sakes. Rey Mysterio could hold that. Matt Edwards says, LU plans to do multiple pay-per-views and specials once a month. All right, so there you go. Hopefully it's successful. All right, so thank you, Matt Edwards, for the comments. Who should WWE poach from Lucha Underground? I don't know, because they're smaller, great athletes, and WWE is like, oh, we don't know what to do with it. I obviously, Prince Puma would be the #1 draft pick. That's who you go after. I have no idea how he's not there already. Yeah, you can pick any of the Lucha guys and put WWE marketing behind them, but they put so much money behind Sin Cara, and they have the Lucha Dragons, and I don't know. The problem with WWE is they're like, I don't know, they're racist, but they're like new age racists. What I mean by that is they're like, well, we have one Mexican, so we're not racist, but we're not going to hire any other Mexicans. We have one Japanese guy, so we're not going to hire any new Japanese guys. So they're not like old school racist where they're like, yeah, we're not going to hire Mexicans or Japanese. They're kind of like new generation, this generation racist. We're like, why would we sign Okada? We have Kenta. Why would we sign him? We got, you know what I mean? So I think it's one of those things where they're like, we have one of that thing, so please send out the white guys. That's just my opinion. It might be a little controversial, but I would poach them all. But then again, that means they would have to actually put on good shows. But I wonder, because WWE is sending out pamphlets and people asking about Lucha and cruiserweights and all that. So I'm wondering if they're planning on doing a network show to compete with Lucha Underground. Just me thinking out loud. Ewok from Endor. I hope the majority of people start thinking along the same lines as you, dude. The flashy, clean, and glamour look of WWE cannot cover up their flaws, such as not caring about the wrestling product. Yeah, I fucking WWE. Could Lucha Underground make John Cena an interesting character? Foot Locker did a great job of making him interesting. I don't know. I don't know what they could do with him. It's, I mean, if Foot Locker can make him interesting, maybe Lucha Underground can. It would just seem he'd be out of place, and it would never happen. So, I don't know. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think anyone can make... I think WWE can make John Cena interesting. I just think they refuse to. I think they're just like, nope, we're not going to. Let's ride this fucking out. Fuck the fans. It's for the kids. Let's hide behind the kids. LOL, no one. That's probably fucking... And boom. With how Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt, Emma have been used in WWE, should Kalisto go to Lucha Underground? I mean, he would be a great fit, but I don't know what's the pay, what's that. And right now, he's the NXT guy, and he's the masked guy. And the one thing about Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, I have kids. You know how people say John Cena's for the kids? That's full of shit. Fuck you. You're a fucking cocksucking liar. Don't want to fucking be insulting, but you're a cocksucking liar. The masked wrestlers, the masked small wrestlers are for the kids. And as long as Kalisto gets on the big stage, he's going to sell a shitload of merchandise. My son is 8 years old, loves masked wrestlers. Could give two shits about John Cena. So, yeah, I think Kalisto has a lot of money to be made. I think if him and Sin Cara get pulled up, their masks will be selling like hotcakes. Yep. And that's what the kids will really be buying. I think young RVD would have been huge in Lucha Underground. I think so too. But RVD is a shell of himself. And the worst part is, he's not even a shell of himself physically. He's a shell of himself mentally. He's always, like, I wish I had a time machine. Because young RVD, who fucking wowed us in ECW, would fucking murder new RVD. RVD has become what he hates. That's what he's become. He's become what he's a. He's an old guy living off his reputation, fucking just kissing that fucking ass. Young RVD would fucking hate. I think young RVD would do good on Lucha Underground. Boom. Wow, I think once a month is too much. That's just started. I would continue to build slow. But hey, if there's an audience who are willing to pay for Lucha Underground every month, then that's awesome. I hope so. I mean, you have companies that live off pay-per-views and all that. Well, I really appreciate all the live comments, gentlemen. Keep them coming. I don't know why YouTube won't give me access to all of them. If I missed your live comment or it was out of context, I do apologize. Because, now it's working. Well, some of them, not all of them. YouTube, I love you. I love you more than probably a man should love a website. But sometimes you hurt me. You cut me deep, YouTube. All right, thank you all for the comments. Go ahead, blast out some last-second comments, and I will do the plugs. Please like, comment, subscribe. We do reviews of most American television shows, and we plan on expanding to do more and more shows. We want to expand into Japan, other combat sports, and also that, but we're doing it little by little. And also our blog at KocoSports.net. The guys are really working hard on it. We're trying to build up a staff. We're hoping one day we can earn being your #1 review show and your #1 combat sports blog. All right, so please like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out KocoSports.net. All right, let's see. Any live comments? Boom, 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 boom. Let's go across. Bam, bam, bam. All right, bam. I think that's it. I think we're going to call it a day. Boop. Some live comments on the ROH thing. We did an ROH review and other reviews. Thank you so much for the live comments. It really does mean a lot. And please, like, comment, subscribe. Have I said that enough? And also, go to the blog, KocoSports.net. I will be doing an NXT review and a SmackDown review within 24 hours, and hopefully do more and more shows. All right. Thank you, Internet Infantry. As always, aha, we got a live comment, baby. I knew it. I knew we could if we just waited it out. Ewok from Endor, you got the last live comment. The more Lucha Underground are different from WWE, the better. And I agree with that 100%. Ewok, thank you for having a great last comment. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to KocoSports.net. Thank you, Internet Infantry, for being awesome. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.